what is your net worth? That has been the most common denominator for all the cabinet nominees that attended the vetting process. And my interest is not how much they are worth or their financial position per se. My interest is to know how the rich store their wealth. In my today's episode, I actually want to disclose to you the various forms that the rich are storing their wealth that does not deteriorate in value over time. The first way that the rich store their wealth is investment in real estate. As you could hear, most of the cabinet nominees have invested in real estate in different forms. Others, they have rental buildings. Others have commercial buildings. Others have invested in very huge real estate companies. So this is earning them a passive income from those sources. That is a very fundamental way most of these nominees have invested their wealth in a very stable form. Another evident way that we had on how they are investing their wealth is through businesses. Almost everybody who was asked that question could give an account of how he or she has generated a lot of income through the businesses they own, either as individuals or in partnerships. Owning a business is another very fast way of wealth creation because it is easy for you to make profits out of such businesses. Most of the nominees confessed owning shares in some of these companies trading in the Nairobi Stock Exchange. And over time, these shares are able to earn them dividends or also appreciate in value in such a way that they could gain out of those shares when they decide to dispose them to other people. That is another basic way that these honorable members are investing their money and storing their wealth. It is therefore something that we can also start and get attracted to some of these investments that the rich put their money in. Another very ordinary form that they have also confessed to be storing their wealth in is through farming. As you could hear, most of these people have put their money in tea estates, others in coffee estates, others have planted the house avocados, others have put their money in sugarcane farming. The variety of these farm products create so much wealth when you dispose them after their maturity. So guys, think of farming as a faster means of wealth creation and generating a lot of revenue that does not take so much chance before you earn it. The rich also store their money in stable foreign currencies. If you're very keen, some nominees admitted to have stored their money in the foreign currency and specifically the dollar currency. You know, right now a dollar is trading at around 120 to 121 shillings. If you stored your wealth in dollars, let's say when it was trading at 100 shillings, today you could make a profit of 20 shillings for every dollar you exchange against the local currency. Holding your money in a stable foreign currency is another form you can put and keep your money to a state that it cannot be affected by the depreciation of our local currencies. So that is also another basic way you can put your money and be assured that it creates you wealth. And when I say foreign currency, I don't just mean any other currency. If don't just take your money and, for example, put in Uganda currency or in Tanzanian currency, which you are not very sure of how it will operate tomorrow. A dollar is a universal currency that is used by most of the governments and countries to make transactions with other countries. So when you put your money there, you are assured that it will hold some stability over time. The other common way that the rich people put or keep their wealth is buying of land. Land is a very basic fact of production. Most of these nominees, you could hear them saying they hold 100 acres in certain areas. Others have half an acre, maybe along Gong Road. Others have a plot in so and so places. These are investments that appreciate in value every day. Land is a very good investment that everybody should think of. When you put your money in land today, if you dispose that land after 1 year or so, it will even be almost double the initial price you bought it at, depending also on some other factors like the location of that place and the activities, economic activities taking place around that place, or the infrastructural facilities that have been put in that place. When those factors favor you, it's easy for you to sell that piece of land at even a double or even triple price, the initial form or initial price you bought that piece of land. They also admitted to be keeping their wealth in livestock. I can recall some member saying that he has herds of cattle, goats, and also camels as a basic way of storing their wealth. With time, livestock recreate and they double in number. When you have them, like let's say 10 this year, by end of 2-3 years, you will find yourself having 15 or so in number. Another thing that was evident through the interview process, and specifically the wealth declaration aspect, was the sources of this wealth. How are they getting this wealth, or where are they getting this wealth from? I'll not put them in order, but I'll just sample out a few areas. Number one was consultancy services. Most of these nominees are professionals in their fields. They have companies operating either as legal firms, security consultancy firms, business firms, and what have you. So they are able to generate more income through consulting services they offer to other established businesses. That is a wake-up call that you should not just depend on your earned income. You can also diversify your portfolio by creating certain things of your interest area or your professional body so that they generate income as you work in other places. Number two of the areas they also touched on as their source of income is dividends. Most of them have invested in stock markets, and these companies, when they declare dividends, they are also guaranteed to earn dividends from such companies. And that is something that I've been talking about, that you people should not just sit with your money, but rather invest it in other forms. And investment in shares was an area that I've actually talked about and shared knowledge on how you can invest in securities market. The third way that they gave us is profit from their businesses. Most of them, as I told you, they are businessmen and women who have established stable business products to, generate them another extra income. So by transacting through the business process, at the end of the trading period, they are able to extract profits their side as either salary or drawings by the owner. The other way they are also earning their income is through selling of farm produce. Farm produce is found through farming. And if you are following the process of nominees interviews, most of them are farmers who get the farm produce and either sell them locally or export them to other external markets. That is how majority of them have accumulated this wealth over time. An interesting way that they also told us of how they have accumulated this wealth is the compensation they get from the government subject to erroneous court proceedings. Some of these people, as they confessed, were taken to court and the evidence produced from the prosecution side was not enough to convict them. So instead, they were vindicated by the courts, and now they sue the government for taking them through the litigation process erroneously. So the government compensated them, on the erroneous litigations. Those are some of the ways that these honorable members confessed to be generating their income and their wealth in aggregate. As I wrap up this discussion, I have to remind you that just the way I've been discussing with you on various investment vehicles you can put your money in has been replicated in this forum through the interviews that we had a chance of listening through our TVs and other channels like YouTube. You could also listen in. This has to tell you that for you to become rich, get several investments. You don't just depend on one form of income, which is more often than not the earned income from employment. Nobody has ever been rich through employment. When you get your earned income from employment, I would advise you to convert some of that income to investment. And over time, you will create enough wealth and start investing in various projects. Do not just rely on one source of income. If that source is depleted, you are just one step away from poverty. So guys, this is a wake-up call as we look forward towards a better economy in future. Let's also have some discussion on how we can invest. And you've heard that the government will roll out a hustler fund in 1st of December. If you fall under the beneficiary chain, do not just expect that this money will be brought to you at the comfort of your house. Have some innovations that will enable you be able to tap into these funds. If you have some groups or chamas, create some innovative ideas and go for these funds. And you've seen that the government has stated very categorical that these will not be free funds. They will be subject to refund. So that means that you'll be given those funds, you use them, then after some time as agreed, you return them so that other people also can borrow again. Let's not just sit in our comfort zones and expect that we will become rich by virtue of circumstance. This is my take. The government of the day will only give you a conducive working environment for your business. It's your responsibility to identify areas of interest that you can put your investments to correspond or align with your financial goals. If you don't do that, it will not be a walk in the park for you to enter into the financial freedom walk that you've yearned for years of end to achieve. A critical lesson that you should learn is that investment is a work in progress. It is a process. You cannot invest today and expect to be a millionaire tomorrow. It is something that takes time and seasons for you to realize the value of your investments. Most people will invest today. When everything goes haywire, they give up. And you don't understand that every time you make a loss in the market, it gives you experience. So that next time, you don't repeat the same thing you did. Do not shy away from making losses. It is only through losses that you shy your finger out of the burning fire. But if you're just used to profits, you'll not know how making losses look like. So be very open-minded to both making profits and losses in the market. A market is a very dynamic place that does not only give the positive benefits of your investment. You should also expect the negative sides. And that is why when you enter into business, you should always be pessimistic. Expect the worst. When you expect the worst, you now create mitigation plans of how you can maneuver away from any negative economic outcome. Those people that expect the worst bring up mitigations like insurance for their products, so that in the event that it does not go your way, insurance can step in and indemnify you back to your initial financial position. That is a way that you can prevent yourself from suffering the huge losses from the market. But not go to the market with an all or nothing intention of just getting profits. If they are not profits, then nothing else. That is how people become disappointed and shun from investment, depending on paycheck to paycheck syndrome, which is never sustainable. Thank you so much, my viewers. For today, I will stop at that, and let's meet in my next episode, and let's keep interacting. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to it and press the notification bell so that you support my videos to reach a huge forum. If you are finding anything valuable out of this video, please like the video and share it with your friends. Thank you so much.